All right, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about Tesla supercharging and how much it actually costs. I feel like I got this question pretty recently, so I'm going to just make a quick PSA video, give you the tools that you need to calculate how much supercharging actually costs. And is it worth it to have a car, buy a Tesla without a proper charging network? And I got this question a couple times recently, and I would say it's tough. If you don't have a dedicated charging setup at your house or apartment, it's definitely tough. But we're going to get into how much Tesla supercharging actually costs, how you can look at the rates of it, and how to calculate for yourself to really see if buying an electric vehicle, especially a Tesla, is cheaper for you. But we're going to get into that, but let's roll the intro real quick. All right, so welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on a Tesla or selling your Tesla at the best possible price or just getting really good financing. I just read a couple of comments earlier. Some of you guys posted today how you got like 2.74 or 3%. So I love reading stuff like that. That means I'm actually doing a good service out there and helping everybody, including you watching right now, to get a good rate on financing on Tesla, because right now the rates are insane. I think Tesla.com, it's like Tesla financing is like 5.34%, but you can get a rate very easily. Well, maybe I shouldn't say easily, but you have to jump through a little bit of work, but you can get rates in the 3 to 3.5%, relatively easy to save yourself some money. But if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. All right, so let's get straight into it. It was kind of inspired by a couple calls I had, people asking me on whether, if they could buy an EV, especially a Tesla, without a home charging system. And they kind of asked, like, how much does supercharging actually cost? And so here's one way to kind of look at it. So this, of course, is a tweet from Kilowatts. We follow each other on Twitter, but he posted about how you can actually, well, I guess there's different rates, but in the San Bruno area of California, depending on what time you roll up to a supercharger. And this is actually what I've seen too. I think on average in SoCal, it's about 43 cents, give or take. I don't know the exact rates on how much each of the superchargers is. And I don't even know if there's a map out there where you can see what the rates are. But let's just take this example right here. Of course, hopefully we're not going to take the peak example, but I guess we could take a look at if we had a Tesla and you had to go to a Tesla supercharger to charge on a daily basis. You have three different types of rates, I guess, from 23 cents to 44 cents or even 60 cents a kilowatt. And at the end of this video, I think I'll go over a quick tip on an app that I actually recommend, to which you can look up level 2 chargers around you and also other chargers like Electrify America, other networks, and see how much they actually cost. But we'll take this example from the surface level from the get-go. So 23 cents, 44 cents, and 60 cents. The next question you kind of have to ask is how much or how big a Model 3 battery is. So right here, Google says that it's anywhere from 50 to 82 kilowatts an hour. And then also for the Model Y, it's anywhere from 75 to 81. So really you can tell like the long range is all the way up to 82. So we'll kind of take an average here, because you're not going to charge all the way from 0 to 100% every single time. You're most likely going to charge like 50 kilowatts at a time, maybe from 10 to 20 up to like 80 to 90%. So here's a good calculator. So let's say we were to charge 50 kilowatts. So not the whole battery, maybe 60, 70, 80% of the cost. At its lowest state, so what was it, 23 cents in that tweet earlier before. So at the lowest, because you're not going to charge 0 to 100%, because that's going to take way too long, probably like 1 hour to maybe even an hour and a half, 2 hours. But let's say we were to charge 50 kilowatts from 20% up to 80% at 23 cents. Your electricity costs is going to be $11.50 right here. You can see right there in the middle. But now let's bump that up, right? Because it seems like only 23 cents a kilowatt is from weird times, 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. and 11 p.m. to 4 a.m. So, I mean, I would save some money and just go for a quick charge, especially if I live close to one. But you got to think, a lot of other people are going to as well, especially in California. It gets very packed at some of these superchargers. But let's say 44 cents is your average. Sometimes you got to go higher when you come in from that 12 to 7 p.m. at 60 cents. Sometimes you get lucky, you go from 8 to 12 or 7 to 11. So let's put in that 44 cents just to take a look. And it's definitely going to go up. Actually, you can kind of tell already it's going to basically double. So it went from $11.50 to $22 per. That's not even a fill up from 0 to 100. That's like a top off. You know, remember, you never want to charge from 0 to 100. You want to charge from anywhere from 10 to 20% up to 80, 90% stated charge. But let's just take a look. So what if we're charging at 44 cents per kilowatt, but you had to charge all the way to 80 kilowatts, 0 to 100%. Let's see how much a full tank, give or take, would cost. $35.20 at a supercharger. So, I mean, I definitely recommend, if you do not have a home charger setup, or at least an apartment setup or something, Tesla supercharging is pretty expensive. It's actually as expensive as owning a gas car, like a Camry hybrid or another type of hybrid, in terms of like the cost of filling up and per the mile range. Because you got to remember, 100% battery range on a long range is not a full 300 miles or 320 or whatever it says. You got to kind of factor in, you're going to get range loss from driving on the highway or city. So realistically, you'll probably get 10, 20% less than the stated actual range. So $30 or $35 for a fill up to go 300 miles. You can kind of do the math on that. There's some Camry hybrids that might be, or some other hybrids that might be a little bit better. But definitely, there's one tip I'm going to give for sure. If you want to figure out what charging network is around you, or if there's any level 2s around you that are for free, here's an app. Of course, this is the website side of it, but this is an app you can actually download on the App Store. I'm not sure about Google or Android, but you can basically put in your location. So you can see I searched San Diego here last, and you can see all the green dots, of course, are regular chargers, level 2. So that's like 15, 20 miles an hour of charge on most level 2s. But you can also take a look at like Tesla chargers out there. Of course, we can throw that on the map and see where those are at. So let's take away J1772. So these are all the Tesla. That's the Tesla slow one. We got to take away the level 2 one. Now we put in the fast chargers, the superchargers. You can see they're all over the place. But I don't think, I'm actually curious, can this, okay, so that's cool. This actually gives you how much cents or rate it is. I'm not sure how, so this was updated in July of 2022, but this could be a good, baseline of how much the supercharging actually is, could be in your state or area. So you can do some rough math on, because, people think that when you buy an electric car, it's cheaper, but it's actually, it can add up a little bit here and there. But hopefully this video was helpful on how much a Tesla supercharging cost actually can cost. And hopefully these tools, I'll try and put these in the description or even the comments so you can take a look and do the math for yourself. But that's really it. Hopefully this video is helpful about how much Tesla supercharging actually costs. And as you can tell, it's not as cheap as one would think. Really, of course, your best bet is having some sort of home charging setup. So right now I pay 16 cents a kilowatt here, but there's places across the country that's even cheaper. For me to charge my car or charge a Tesla Model 3, let's say 80 kilowatt Model 3 long range all the way up to 100%, would be $12.80. So of course, at those type of math, with gas being $4.15 earlier today, it's definitely going to be cheaper at the end of the day, but you're not saving, huge amounts of money unless you buy an electric vehicle with free charging or free Electrify America charging, which there's vehicles out there, and I recommend them. Ioniq 5 for one, and Mercedes EQB, but I've definitely made videos on those if you're interested. But thanks for watching this video. Please hit that like if you enjoy it. This video is actually sponsored by my Calendly link down below in the description. If you're interested, you can actually schedule a one-on-one call with me to ask me any questions about buying or selling or even financing a Tesla at a really good rate. But thanks for watching this video. Please hit that like if you enjoy it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.